Okay. Hello, one. Welcome to my channel. Your sister from another mother. Yes. Good evening, good morning, good everywhere you are. Right here in Germany. Still good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy weekend to you all. Okay. Yeah. Parenting, parenting, parenting. I just can't have enough of that. Yes, we can't have enough of that because children are growing and it's not overnight. Imagine it takes years. And these years, a whole lot can happen. And before you know it, when you say yes, it's as if it will never come. But before you know it, a child of yesterday is already an adult. Just before you know it, that's how it is. They are growing, and yes, we need every tips we can get. Okay. First of all, I apologize. I was trying to shoot this video before, but network is obviously not at its best tonight. Okay, but I just want to do this again. Okay, as I was saying, more tips on the children savings and all that. I got more information. Last week, I talked about saving for the future of your children, saving for them, opening an account, and all of that. Okay, and I got more information. I was told a bank attendant told me that, like here in Germany, there's another law that if the child is already 7 years old, if you want to open an account for 7 years old child, the child signature is required. Okay. Without the child signature, you cannot open an account for a 7 years old child as a parent. Say, oh, I just want to do this for my child. No. So only God knows what more laws they are going to attach to everything or stuff like that. So it is really important. As a matter of fact, earlier the better. Because if you want to make the account as a surprise, so where is the surprise if the child have to sign? You know how they will so inquisitive. What is that? What am I signing? What and what? And they are going to explain every steps to the child. So where is the surprise if you intend to make it a surprise? The surprise is gone. It's been aborted already. But if you open the account earlier before the child turns 7, you can keep all the details to yourself until you are willing to let the child knows about it. Okay? That is for that. And like I said, when you open this account for your children, this money cannot get lost. Even if you relocate, even if you are home, even if you are in Africa, you can be anywhere. All you need to do is to make sure you pay in the equivalent amount, or rather something that will even be more. So the money will be there when the child is matured, or when the child has come of age, as you planned, as according to your agreement. The child will get the money. Sorry, don't mind my flowers here. They're just there. Just ignore it. They're lovely though. So, and the money will be saved. Then another thing I also want to talk about, because I know a lot of us want to build a house, we want to do this, oh, back home investment, investment back home, investment back home, and these things make some people not to be able to save for their children. So after all, the investment is also for the children. You are correct. It's also for them. That is quite correct. But and then I've come across a whole lot of people who have properties back home, and whilst you are still here, hale and healthy and breathing, they're already dragging the property with you. Sometimes brothers, siblings, your own blood, dragging your properties with you. Some can even go to the length of even they can become occultic. They can involve themselves in so many things. They can initiate themselves into different kinds of 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 society that you cannot imagine, just to acquire more powers to deal with you because you have a house, because you have building, or you have invested over there. So I begin to wonder, and you see some people will be saying, "Oh, these things are for my children," and I'm wondering, excuse me, this house or whatsoever investment you have over there, I've seen people who have a house and they are on the run. When I say run, they are on the run because they have a house. I'm not saying you should not have a house. Don't get me wrong; it's a good thing. But now, imagine, I'm not wishing you bad. If you're in the categories of those that are on the run because they have a house. They are after their life because they have built one house there or what, put one mansion there. And now you as a man or as a woman, you are struggling to, it's like they're asking you your life or your house. And then you say that that building is what you want to give to your children. So for that, you don't need to save. They have something already. Don't you think you should have a rethink? I think you should. Now, you are alive and this is your sweat. And they're already after your own life. Be it your brother, your sister, or whomever. And that is the same property you want to pass over to your child, to your children. Property that you are already dragging your own head. You are fighting, you are praying, you are running from one church to another. Some will even go into different things just to stay alive because they have invested, because they have buildings. And at the back of your mind, that is what you want to transfer to your children. How? I mean, what's that? You that owns it, you are dragging to live. And you want to pass such property over to your child. How fair can you be? I don't want to say you are unfair, but think about it. Are you fair? You yourself that owns it, they're after your life because of that same property, and you want to pass it over to your children. So, what are you giving them? A blessing or a battle? What are you transferring to your children? You that owns it, you are seeing the battle that surrounds it already, and you want to pass it over to your children. Are you actually blessing them or what? I don't know what. So we need to have a rethink. If you're in that categories, please think about it. Think. Not everything you pass to your children. You have a building or whatever, you are dragging to live. A lot of wombs are being tied because they have properties. So many things have gone wrong in the life of many people because of their property at home. Some siblings have become they have become hard enemies, unrepentant enemies. People have become hard-hearted. Their heart are hardened against you because you have a property. A lot of people here are frustrated because they have property back home. And at the back of your mind, that is what you want to pass over to your children. Do you think you are right in passing such a battle? To me, it's a battle. It's not a blessing. It's a battle you're passing to your innocent children. Did you think they deserve that? How have you taught them to fight battles that you want to hand over battle to them? Think about it. Don't endanger your children because of what you have acquired. Because think, because of your investment, don't endanger the lives of your children. It's not worth it. It's a good thing that you leave things behind for your children, but not the one that carries so much problems along. And probably you're dead and gone, and because of those properties, they'll be facing battles unknown from one battle to another. Unknown to them is because of what you have given to them, because some people have put their eyes there. Because you are in overseas, you have whatever you have there, and you put some people there to be in charge of it. And being that they are in possession, they want to claim ownership as well, forgetting that ownership is not the same. as possession. So some people, you are they are in possession of the document or whatsoever it is, and they also want to claim ownership. And some believe that the kingdom of God suffer, they are violent, they have to take it by force, but it's not their own. What are you gonna do? What are you doing about it? Don't just sit back there and let things just go. If you want to let it go, just let it go. But don't intend to pass such a battle to your children. That is just one I want to make clear. Yes, don't pass it to your children because they don't deserve it and they might not be able to fight. I don't know how you have taught your children, and you know these are broad children. No matter how you teach them, just get the fact that they cannot see spiritual battles like you and I. All right, except by the grace of God, except God give them the grace. So don't endanger your innocent children because of your property. If you have property that people are already dragging for, do something really fast, really, really fast. Okay? If you cannot, if you know you've seen the battle that this one is beyond you, that you cannot defeat those people there, what are you going to do? You want to give them the property, you can give it to them. The choice is yours. But if you don't want, you feel like, no, I've given them enough. I shouldn't give them this one as well. I have children. I have people that I need to work for their future. I need to plan. I need to save. I need to. I mean, you need to put something aside for their future, like your children, which are your responsibility, and you don't have another way. You don't know what to do. My advice for you is very simple. You're wondering what is that advice? I would advise you to, if selling such property, selling them off is an option, I would advise you to sell it off. Sell them off. What? Yes! Instead of passing problem to your children, passing battles. Believe you me, you don't really want to leave all those problems behind for your children. You don't want your children to be running helter skelter because of inherited property. If you yourself, the owner of the property, you cannot defeat those people that have put their eyes on it, please sell it. Or you just release it for them, say I dash you. If you cannot dash them, well, sell it. Oh, sell it. Yes, you sell it, you can use the money to buy another one, or you use the money to buy shares for the future of your children. And guess what? With nobody putting their eyes on the money will be somewhere giving birth, accumulating more gains. Yeah, even the money, the time the shares will mature. If your children are doing well by the grace of God and they don't want to put their hand into that, what would they do? They would just invest it again. And before you know it, poverty is being properly dealt with in your family. Poverty are pack and go. It's deliberate. Work towards it. Don't just prayer is good, but it's not everything that prayer will do. Not everything. If you have been praying, you have buildings or whatever, and you are still dragging for your life, since how many years you have fasted, you have prayed, you have missed so many pastors, as if God, it's not that some pastor can really not do go to the extreme, but because especially when the person is your siblings, they can't do much because it's your blood. Yeah, yes, pastor will have a limit. They say, now your blood though. So running from one church to another is actually not where your solution lies. But the fact that they are your blood, the hands of whoever you run to, their hands are tied. They shake them a bit, they leave them there because they are your people. And you have children. Are you going to have things that so-called siblings will just occupy everything? Like let me use the word, they seize it. And your children are there, they have nothing. You can do something. Like the option I just said, sell it off. You sell it off, you invest the money into shares. And in another 10, 15 years, you will thank me and thank God. Yes, your children will not have to suffer the way you suffered, or the way most of us, or what we have to go through right here now in a strange land as a stranger. They will not have to go through all of that. You can do that. Yeah, you can do it. If you cannot do it, nobody else will do. And I always say, One of the things that Satan has gotten hold of that is using to deal with a whole lot of Africans is illiteracy, lack of knowledge. Yeah, you have gotten this information. I encourage you to make use of it. Think about it. That your problematic house, is that what you want to pass over to your children? Make a decision to leave it for whoever is dragging for it, especially when they are your siblings. Or you can also decide to sell it, as I just said. Sell it off and use the money to buy shares. You will live in peace. You're on your own and the money will be giving birth. Yeah. And then you don't have to endanger the lives of your children. That is it. That's just the way it is. And please, many of you who have properties, learn to write your will. Yes. You know, many people say, I'm not dying now. I'm not saying you are dying now. It is good you write your will. Some of you are 50 years, you don't have a will. Say, I'm not dying now. Nobody, you must not be dying to write a will. Come on now. Yeah, do it. Nobody is saying you are dying now. You have properties, write a will. Yeah. Whether there are enemies on it and or not, at least God, heaven and earth will see that, okay, these things, you put a name of so and so person there and the other person is dragging. By the mercies of God, the person can also, your children can also use that one to overcome such battles. Write a will. Don't be ignorant. Don't be too familiar with the people around you and forget the future of your children. Don't let their smile carry you away. Don't get lost. In the name of my blood, my blood, my blood. The Bible says a man's enemy will be that of his household. But we are more than conquerors. We are conquering them already. Yes. But anyone you could not conquer, don't pass them over to your children. Because they might not know what you know. They might not see what you see. Before they'll get to know, it might be too late. May that not be your portion. Oh, yes. That is that. And then, if you have a property and your children come of age, let them know. Tell your children about it. This is what I have. This is it and this is it. Tell them. Don't carry your children about as if they are handbags. Children are not as stupid as we think. What you told 12 years old child, he will remember it when he's 50. Yeah, I still remember when I was 12, when I was even 10. So I know it's important. Tell your children things on time. Don't wait till they are 35. What you have, tell them. The good and godly things you know, teach them. Don't be a stranger to your children. Some of you don't even know the best, your children favorite color. You don't know all these things. You should know. Get close to your children. Ask them questions, especially here in a foreign land, whereby those people are there willing to take your position. And especially African fathers. Oh, I pity them. Because of the way they are being brought up, that mothers take care of children. If you do that here, you are a total stranger and you will lost it. I'm not wishing you bad. So don't be Africa. Don't be black, black, black. Also pick some certain things from where you are. You know the saying that say if you are in Rome, behave like a Roman. Learn some certain things, not everything, but in the aspect of parenting, don't be a stranger to your children. Because here is not Africa that they will keep running back to you. No. Here, a lot of them are there, even government are there to take your position. The position is yours as a father or as even a mother. The seat is your own. But if you leave it vacant for long, if you leave it vacant for long, doesn't mean that it will remain unoccupied. If you don't play your role, government will play it for you. If you don't occupy your space, government will occupy it. Internet is there to occupy it. Good and bad and the evil are out there, even in their schools, to occupy it. So I urge you, parents, get close to your children. Don't be a stranger to your children. Don't be a lion to them. I'm not saying you should not correct them, but love them, show them love, draw them close. Ask them, are you fine? How are you? Look your children in the eyes. Don't always rub their head, rub their head, rub their head. Finish. Look them in the eyes. Hold them in their hands. Are you okay? You want something? Tell me what happened today in school. Stuff like that. They be telling you their secret. You get no, you get close to them. Sometimes some little thing can be hurting them, but when they say it, when they are able to say it to you, and you see that it's a small thing, but it's hurting, you can encourage them, and these things help children to build up their self-esteem. Sometimes they can be mocked in school, especially our black children. Forgive me. People can talk to them anyhow. One day my son told me his classmate is telling him that, oh, he need chocolate. He need chocolate. He want to eat my son because my son looks like chocolate. And he was like, Mommy, do I look like chocolate? I say, you are better than chocolate. You are more precious than chocolate. You just have the color. He said, so he can eat me. I said, no, nobody can eat you. You are uneatable. It's just that your friends don't have a better word to express the uniqueness of your color. He said, you see, that little thing could have weighed him down for long. So these little things, that is why it is very good you make sure you are close to your children. Ask them what happened in school today. Let them talk. Even if you are busy, you are cooking, let them be talking. While you are talking, while they are just watching their own, sometimes you pick some things you need to straighten up. You need to correct them. They need it. The fact that we are strangers, don't think they don't feel what you feel. They feel it in school. They notice the differences, and we are in a foreign land. One day my son ask me say, Mommy, how why you don't put me in a school where everybody is also brown like me, or where the teacher is brown like me? Don't think children, your children might have also asked you such question. Did you think they're asking for nothing? No, there's something they feel. You see, you need to be getting close to them, talking to them, advising them, and all those things. Let them know that they are unique. They are not black. They are unique. They are extraordinary, different, special. Our specialty does not have part two. So this thing give them boldness, because when these such things are inside them, eating them up, it will weigh them down. They can't even concentrate in class. That is why you see some children is going from bad to worse and worse to catastrophic in their schools, sometimes even in their marks, in their grades in school. That is why it's good. Parents, please get close to your children. There are a lot of us that grow up in Africa, our parent does not really know us. We grow up under their roof, but they don't know us. Don't be like that. You know where your parent missed it, you too don't miss it. Try your possible best to do better than what your parent did. Even if your parents were perfect, you do greater than perfect. If they were best, do better than the best. That's it for tonight. I just can't say this enough. Love your children. They need it. They need it so much. They need it. And here we are. Never you forget, we are strangers in a strange land. But the good thing is we are not strange to our God. So get hold of yourself, of every and any situation that you are. Don't let it affect your parenting. Never cease to show love and understanding to your children. And I hope you have all learned that the best way to instruct your children, make them obey, is not by yelling. You just draw them close and say it in a very friendly tune. Yeah, that's it. And they will never forget. We are here already. We are on a raise, and we will not fall by the grace of God. That's all for tonight. It's me again, your sister from another mother. You can follow me on Facebook. We're just rolling. And I wish you well. Parent, husband, wife, singles and married. I wish you well. I wish you well.